Hello guys and welcome back. So today we are going to have the big talk, the long talk. And first of all, congratulations if you didn't sell and if you held your altcoins during this time. During this bear market, which a lot of people started capitulating, and of course it's not easy, but right now it seems that we are starting to be rewarded for our patience. Now, Ethereum it's at $2,500 right now as I'm filming this, and Bitcoin is 77,300, and that's a big jump. That's a big jump in 1 week. We have a 23 jump, and it broke this channel. It broke the channel, and it went far above it, and it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen now. The thing is, a lot of people are waiting for a correction, and I think they will be liquidated, and a lot of people are still waiting for another bottom which might never come. Of course, along the way, there will be 1, 2, 3 corrections. When will they be and how big, nobody knows. And if someone tells you that they know, they will be lying to you basically. So nobody's an expert, and you just have to guess the ranges. And Dr. Profit said he's buying in this range, and that's what he did, and he was right. And this is like a lot of stagnation here. It's 4, 8, 10 weeks of being here, and if you count this one, it's 11, and in the 12 we went up, and it's a very huge move. Now let's go into the important stuff, but first let's check this. So Ethereum price prediction and Bitcoin price prediction. Now I will go first through Bitcoin to Ethereum, and it says it will get to 2,500. It's a 92% chance, 65% chance that we will see 2,750 this year. Those chances are going up really fast, and yeah, we have a 49% chance that we will see 3,000. However, this volume is still low, and 3,500 it's 25%, which is kind of interesting. So I still believe it will reach somewhere between those two. It's doable. Now let's check Bitcoin target price, and we should also go to Solana target price. And today's video is going to be a little bit longer probably. I'm going to go through what the doctor said and what Benjamin Cowan said, and let's check what Bitcoin is doing, what the odds are on the poly market. And it seems to be it seems to be more of an upside right now, like a huge upside. And it was even before, it was more, the chances were that we are going up, but now they are getting even bigger. And usually poly market is right, you just follow the money. So yeah, once you see the volume, and people are sure of a thing, you don't throw 100k or 200k or stuff like that in something that's not sure. And we have a 49% chance that we will have 90k in this year, which is it's really crazy. It's also high volume, 1.45 million. And yeah, we have a high chance of 80k, of course, 85k, and even a 38% chance that we will hit 95. Now I think I also believe you. So that's my second prediction. We will stop this year. We will stop between 100k and 95k until the end of this year. Now we'll have to see if that happens, but yeah. So let's check Solana, which I had in the past, and it made me a lot of money. So that was my biggest gain. So right now we're seeing, of course, big upside. 79% chance that it will go to 100, 40% chance will go to 120, and 24% chance it will go to 140. So also I think it might hit this one. I don't know about this one, but you know, we might even have a surprise, but nobody really knows about this. And yeah, a lot of people are telling you, oh, I'm sure of this and of that, but it's not true. So the last one, this one is among the first coins that I was in the XRP army. I was following BitBoy in the, you know, in BitBoy era. I was, let's just go ahead with something else. So there are no so people basically are betting that XRP is a stable coin right now, and you know, it's a huge gap between 80 cents and $2.60, and I think let's oh, Bitcoin just went up. It was 300 here when I started the video, so it's just a few minutes. So let's check. So the XRP price, it's 139. It went up 38% this week, and yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. I think it might hit $2, but you know, I didn't follow it in a very long time, so I don't know what to say. Now let's check my cryptos. What are they doing? How are they performing? And on the daily, my top performer is Fetchai, which you know, I have a small plus. I bought at 14 cents. This one, I basically I needed 8x to be on break even, and this one, it's also a disaster. However, they seem to be going back up. I bought them after 10th October, and you know, I was thinking we are going to have at least a relief rally here, and we didn't have. And you know, everyone said, like, the big YouTubers are living off YouTube right now, and you know, everyone said, oh, it's going to be a relief rally, it's going to be a relief rally, and it wasn't. And you know, I'm watching a lot of people, and I was rather hoping than expecting that, and let's say somewhat I was also expecting that, and we didn't have it. And I was watching Benjamin Cowan as well, among other YouTubers, and I think he's out of touch with crypto already. He's you know, he's making enough money off YouTube. He doesn't even need to trade at this point. And I just watched his last video. I didn't watch it until the end. And I'm going to talk about the Dr. Profit, which doesn't have a YouTube channel, for those of you who asked me before. And you know, let's be cynical and clear this thing up. If you have a lot of money, why would you be sitting on YouTube making videos every day when you can just, you know, like on Twitter, you can just on X, you can just post something and leave it be. It's not a headache if you're just writing your opinion somewhere, but making a video, it takes a lot of time and research, you know, especially the research before the video. And you know, if you have money, you're not on YouTube. If you have money, you're simply not on YouTube. If you're struggling to make, or if you're making while you're making YouTube videos, that's another thing. If you're a trader that makes $500 a month from trading, or 1,000, that's one thing. And you're also doing YouTube and showing to the people what you're doing and giving your opinions. That's you know, that's a valid thing. But once you have a lot of money, you will sit on a yacht with, like, surrounded by beautiful women or something like this. Why would you sit every day to make YouTube videos? Unless that's your passion and you want fame. It was actually a guy that used to be poorer or struggle with the money, and he was trading and he went successful, and his channel was mainly about finance, but in the end he switched to politics and he wanted rather fame than money, and started talking about it's happening this and that, and a lot of people started unfollowing him. I will not give his name, he's not even doing in English, so that's another thing. And he's rather obsessed with politics and wants fame and wants to be the one making the laws and stuff like that. But yeah, so anyway, Dr. Profit, we are going to go to Dr. Profit, which is right, and he has money and he's smarter than everyone else on YouTube. Then everyone, he's got, you know, if you have influence and you have friends in the right places, you don't you won't be poor again, you know, and you can know stuff before it's happening, like really. And I think you should watch his posts, and we are going to go through a few of his posts, his latest posts. So first of all, it's Bitcoin. The 4-year cycle bears believe the market will bottom in exactly 47 days. They even marked the date on their calendars, waiting for the market to deliver their perfect bottom on schedule. 1 minute of silence for these incompetent peasants. So he's right. He's perfectly right about this. You know, I watched Cowan in 2021 in 2022 as he was waiting his bottom. First of all, I was a fan of BitBoy. When I started crypto, I was a fan of BitBoy. So I think now he's in jail or somewhere in a mental asylum, but that's another thing. And that's what you do. Actually, that's a perfect example. Once you have money, you do, or it's a high chance that you will do what BitBoy did. And you know I'm right. And also, you're not all day on YouTube like other guys like Cowan. Cowan makes more money in YouTube than he makes on from trading, and you know he might fight me on this, but that's up to him. So I believe that once you have, I just watched his video. He made 100k views in 11 hours. It was above 100k views, so that's a lot of money, especially on education or whatever niche he's in. He's not in entertainment, I think. Anyway, let's go to the second post. I'm mumbling too much, and you know nobody was expecting this. I watched Count. He said he was expecting to buy under 0.3. He was waiting Bitcoin to fall at risk below the risk 0.3 in the risk metric, and it just touched it a few times, like 2 times I think. It just touched it a little bit, went a little bit below it, and then went back up. So no time to buy if you would just follow his advice. So now he's trying to save face a little bit and say, oh no, yeah, of course, this and that, and you don't have to do what I do and whatever. So yeah, so anyway, it's a bad thing if you just blindly follow some random dude on YouTube. You can take one idea from him, one idea from me, one idea from another guy, and one idea from, I am taking ideas from Dr. Profit because he was right and he's not losing his time to be on YouTube. I'm working in a warehouse, and in my free time I'm just telling what I'm doing and what I would do, and I even show you my portfolio in another video, but that's another thing. So most of them act as if they saw it coming. Even worse, denying that they've been bearish, denying that playing it on both sides. None gave clear buying signals at 60k. Most either started to buy from 80k, and others lie and never bought. And yet they claim to have told you. I'm on his side. I used to be his not fully hater, but I just said, oh, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he said, but he's proven himself right. I was for a while. I would say I was in Cowan's camp, but I jumped ship, I guess. So yeah, I would rather watch Big Boy than Cowan. Let's check this. So starting around minute 29. So he's making a long video mumbling about shit that he doesn't know and pretending it's important. So just be careful what you're doing, be skeptic, and rather be wrong and learn from your own mistakes. Like just watch the graphics and watch the lines on your own, and just play some music in your headphones and trade without taking advice from left and right. So I avoided a lot of losses in the first 8 months of the bear market. I can start to deploy throughout the second half of the midterm year. I'm still going to be there talking about where the low might be. But there is a difference between being right and making money. What does he want to say with its difference between being right and making money? So he doesn't act on his own ideas, or did he act without telling us? Or if Bitcoin bottoms earlier in October or later in October, I think the last time he waited about 5 months until he bought Bitcoin, he realized too late that that the bottom was in. So he said wait, and I was I just bought. I didn't wait for anyone. I just bought, and I was right. From without having experience, without having a degree. I was right on my own, and I've stopped taking advice. I will just look things on my own. I will also show you what I'm doing. I will tell you exactly, oh, today I did that, I sold that, or I bought that. And if you think it's a good idea, then go ahead. If you don't think, then go ahead with doing something else, I guess. So I'm not going to be sitting there trying to time the exact bottom. No, today or what. But Jesus. Like I said, I'll be here to talk about the markets and where the things may go. Of course, you will be here to talk. You will be here to talk, because you make more money from YouTube than you make from trading, of course. But I understand him. He wants to make money. YouTube, it's paying very well, and why would you even trade at this point? You just make, I saw some statistics, but I think he makes above 10K from making videos, and I'm not sure of that, but it might be even more. But why would you even trade if you have a YouTube channel that big? You have 1 million followers and a lot of views, and you post daily. So why would you trade? What would be the point? Why risk your money when you just generate from talking? So anyway, I've shown you my portfolio. I will show it to you again. So I went up in 24 hours. I will show you my last 7 days. I went down, and then bam, up again. And if you check my all times, I was here. I sold a little bit here. I think I sold a little bit as well here. Yeah, I sold here. No, I didn't sell here. Maybe I sold, but very little here, and I definitely sold here. And I'm not sure. I think I sold here, and I was trading around this area. I was doing trading and sold and bought again. This one was my last mistake. I moved 12K from stocks to crypto, and then we went further down. It was on 24th of October. After the 10th October fall, I was thinking here is the bottom. So that was my mistake. However, that's my own thing. So yeah. So I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm showing you, and the rest it's up to you. So we went in a few days. We went to 2.6, even 2.64. I'm really curious because a lot of people are. I see even Romanian traders. They are waiting for a correction, or this could be a fake out or something like this. But I think a lot of bears will be liquidated if they are trading with, with high leverage, especially. Now, there might be a correction, but we don't know when, and we don't know how big. We might go to 83k and the correction will be to 75k. Who knows? Also, I want to talk about this before we go into the important stuff, or should we go into the important stuff? So a while ago I saw, actually I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, I saw that the creator of this chart said it's no longer accurate and it's very laggy, and we have a lot of new coins, and it was made when we didn't have as many coins, and it's not really updated, and it's no longer very valid. So we had it in March. Extreme greed we also had here. I don't know about it now, but this is very lagging indicator, and we had it in we had here, we were here. However, my top day, I think it was here after it peaked. I had more money here than I had here with my portfolio, and I think I can actually check that. So yeah, my peak was in 6th of December, and this peak was in 23 of November. So it's a lot of lag. It's a lot of lag. Where was I in 23rd of November? Let's go back to my portfolio. 23rd of November, I was 82k, and so if you would see that you are here, you would sell, and it just went up more, like a lot more. And I didn't even have everything on the portfolio because I had a little bit more stuff. However, most of it went down in flames, and I didn't sell because I was an idiot. And I said, oh, the 4th quarter of 2025, respect the cycle, hodl. But yeah, I was an idiot, and I hope I won't repeat the same mistake. And it could have been worse. However, yeah, let's say it took about 30k. Yeah, what I wanted to show you, and it was rather more important, it was this from Dr. Profit, and then I want to show you something a little bit more. But this is one interesting post, and it says, many are looking for justification. Many are behaving like they called this pump and the fact that it was the largest liquidation event for bears in history, and yet everyone behaves as if they have not been affected. So I wasn't affected. I was happy. I just held on spot a lot of things, and I kept DCAing. So let's pray for those souls. Yeah, may they never run out of funds. Congratulations to everyone who accumulated with me in the recent weeks. So yeah, he's basically congratulating me, I guess. Congratulations to everyone who closed all their shorts from 120k. I don't short. I just buy when it's down and sell when it's up. So with me last month at 60K, realized the gigantic profits and started buying. So yeah, this guy was right. He was really right. And you know, I used to follow him lately, and in the past when you know, I was watching YouTube rather than reading on X, and in the beginning I was skeptic of him. However, in the end I started to appreciate his calls, and even if he's sometimes sarcastic or something, you know, he's not he's right. I think he's among the best that I've saw. I followed, so yeah, that's one thing. So it's a big post. Let's keep reading right now. And Bitcoin has crashed one resistance after another, and to be more precise, Bitcoin crashed 4-5 entire bear market resistance zones within one day. And yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing, especially for the traders who are like, oh, we have to respect this line, it will retest, it will go back down and back up, and then after the third attempt to break the resistance, you know, nope. It's market makers, just be skeptical, be, you know, it's the one who believe in conspiracies are actually right more and more actually on the markets, because people want money, and you know, the price is not moving on its own. The big players are moving it, and anywhere where it's money to be made, there will be the big boys that make no noise, and once in a while they make, and then you get to see them, or you don't get to see them. However, you just feel them in your pockets. How the wind blows in your pockets after they go through. So let's keep reading because I'm mumbling too much. That's impressive. That's remarkable. Among them, as I predicted, were the bear market resistance bands, which have been crushed entirely as well, silencing those who believed in this outdated indicator. So yeah, a lot of indicators are outdated, or they are rather, you know, in peaceful times, that with no events, you can just trade for 1 minute, 1 hour, whatever. And so, and to bring it straight to the point, there are only 2 resistance zones in front of us before we can fully confirm that the bull market has started. Yet I already consider the bear market over. That's the most important part, because you can just call it without 7 confirmations and stuff like that, and a lot of people are waiting for a lot of confirmations and securities and to be sure and whatever, and then they are losing the train, and then one of those it's gone. So yeah, however, you know, if you're expecting, if you want to have a lot of assurances and securities and whatever, then just go buy stocks that are, you know, legendary stocks that never fall. Like, just go buy Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and different postal companies from different countries, and you know, stuff like that. If you want something sure and something not risky, but if you want to make money, just don't, you know, take a risk. You lose it, you lose it. You lose it, you make more, and keep risking it until you get it right. So yeah, maybe I'm crazy about this, but yeah, that's my style at least. And go big or go home. That's my my style of doing things, I guess. And not many people are doing what I'm doing. And someone said I'm doing what the whales are doing in an instance, and he was quote unquote experienced trader. So where was I? So he says, yet I already considered the bear market over, and we are now in the early stage of the bull market. To be even more precise, we are in a soft bull market right now, and this is the moment when the market moves from a bear market into a bull market. And to bring things even more to detail, read the Galactic Tree report in order to understand where the bull market is moving right now, and that we are in front of a crypto super bull market that includes the adoption of the current financial system. I can't repeat my words more often. Read the report, and it's pinned at my profile. And I think I made a video about that a while ago, and you can either read his report or watch my video. That's up to you. Maybe you read it better. I'm mumbling too much sometimes, but that's that. So that's your opinion. Just go and read his post if you want to understand better. So there are only two numbers we need to focus on entirely and ignore the pure noise that is coming. The 71,500 area is extremely strong resistance area. We are at 77,472 right now. So yeah, so we went this one. Will we have a weekly close above it? I think on a weekly we still have to wait like 2 days. Right now it's Sunday as I'm filming this, and we still have one more day. So yeah, 21st of August, and it's 7 p.m. I was at work 7 hours today, and I'm a bit tired. However, I'm happy. I have energy because I see my portfolio finally starting to change its direction. And I didn't work for 2 years. I lived off trading and something else like video editing and doing some stuff online. But now I'm carrying bags of potatoes and other stuff in a warehouse. But that's another thing. So once again I'm mumbling too much. The sound of important resistance zone is 78k area, and the same applies to it as well. And the third resistance is at 82k area. Once this is flipped, the road for the bull market is finally open. So if you're waiting to buy above those and you are waiting for a lot of confirmations, that's stupid. So you should have better DCA at 60k. Right now we are at 77k, so that's a lot. That's a big jump. I'm really curious if when will we have a correction. You could call this one a small correction, but I don't think it's technically correct because it's just 2% after 20 something increase. And you can see the volume here is the same as this one when we went down. So let's keep reading. Where was I? Here. I'm confident we will reach those targets in the coming weeks, and I won't be surprised to see those targets coming faster than usual, and the last 2 days showed us why. I understand many failed to accumulate in time, many failed to buy because they trusted the 4-year cycles. Others told me the market would give back the July gains in August. What July gains? What July gains? I didn't have any July gains. I had July losses. And here I bought Demo for $300 and it went back. It was sucked by the market, so it kept going down. This is how my portfolio looks on 90 days. You can see 90 days ago I had nearly 10k and it went down to 6k, and I think I bought something here as well, but for $100 or $200, and here I bought for $300, and you can see how it went up and then back down. So that's another thing. So let's finish reading this before I get distracted once more. So here. So others spammed his replies with bear market resistance bands, and you know, if you're putting your head in the algorithm too much, and you know, this and that and too many lines, you can lose the train basically. So I educated them once again on a better way and most premium. So you can go to his premium. How much does it cost? View flash sale prices. No, I'd rather put this in 1 year premium access, lifetime premium access. Oh, it's lifetime. I didn't read this, I just saw the price. So it was 8K lifetime. Now it's just 2K, 5 spots left. So if I refresh it, does it go down? You know, I used to have an online shop, and it's a trick. You just put signs that it's just 1 left, 2 left, 3 left, 5 left, stuff like this to get more sales, because people are getting tricked by those. So I don't know if that's the case to him, but I had an online shop, so I know a little bit of stuff. So I started doing online businesses, different things when I was actually when I was 16. I started rapping on YouTube, but I deleted it because it was lame. But I was a businessman all my life, but my family were like peasants and stuff. I grew up in a scrapyard, so I'm just letting you have an idea of myself, letting you know me better. So it's a lot to talk about crypto, and a lot of people are still waiting for the bottom, but I think this was the bottom. I really think this was the bottom. I wasn't expecting this, you know. I was expecting to see something like this, 1, 2, and I was expecting like a 3 thing here, and then slowly going up like this, like this, like softly. That's what I was expecting, and maybe here to reach like 75K in January, February. However, the market did deliver, and it surprised everyone, and it always does. Now people will tell you otherwise, but you just have to do with your own brain. And you know, I want to check something else more from the cryptos I traded, the coins I traded in the past, and I don't have no longer which one performed today the best. So the first one would be Ethena, which I had a little bit. I bought for $100, and then I sold it because I had to. I needed money. I sold it on a loss. And then LCX, which right now I'm on a loss, but I traded it in the past, and I didn't document all my moves here. So this one, if I would have waited for Onyx coin like 2 weeks more, I would have had $10,000, something like that. But I sold it on a profit just 2 weeks before it went up. So very bad timing, really bad timing. But nobody talked about this coin before it went up. They just talked a little bit when it went up, and then they stopped talking about this. So let's check it a little bit. I'm just going to talk about my experiences right now, and I'm not. Yeah, you can see the dates. Let's do something fun. So Onyx coin. I'll just talk now from my experiences. I will share them with you. So it went up a lot. Very nice, very nice. I want to show you. So I didn't buy for a large sum. I bought $390, and the dollar was stronger actually here. And then I doubled the money. It was 0.025. Just think about it. So I sold it on, where is the day, 8th of January. I bought it in 11 February 2024 at 7. No, that's when I documented it. So let's go back in time. 2024 February, I said. I think yeah, 11 February. So I bought it 11 February. Where is it? That's Jesus. 9th of February, 11 February. How did I buy it so low? I think it. I might have put the euro signs. I'm not sure, but anyway, I bought it here, or I documented it a little bit later, like 2 days later, something like that, because I bought it at 1.3. Yeah, I think I might have. I was in holiday at the time, and I documented it a little bit later when I got to my laptop, because I bought it on my phone, and usually I'm documenting my stuff on my laptop. So just remember, so it had another interesting. It was at 18 cents. I didn't even know that, and it had like a large cap, a very large cap. It was 3 billion here. Should I actually buy it again? It went down like huge moves here. Nobody talked about it until here. So let's go back on TradingView and on the other graphic. So basically I bought it on, let's go back in time, 11 February. So here, maybe it's a little bit boring, but you know, we're just playing right now. So, and I sold it, when did I sell it? On 8th of January 2025. So let's go in 8th January. I didn't put the price, so god damn it. Anyway, I sold it here on the 8th of January. Like, look at it. Here I sold it. Here. And from here, sold it at 2.6. Let's put it like this. And if I would have waited a little bit more, I would have had like a lot of X's. Did I miss something? Jesus, I don't really like doing this, but so if until the top, it would have been a 19x. However, I had it before and I sold it, so I had it at half the price. And if you would have put it at 1.3 where I actually bought it, I would have had 38x until the top. But let's say I would have sold it around this area. So let's go once more, and I would have had at least 27x, let's say 25, 26. It would have been a lot of money here anyway. So yeah, you know, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But you know, that's it. Anyway, I think the video is too long already, and I've bored you enough. And I can mumble about a lot of things. I have a lot of good and bad experiences on the market, and yeah, I can definitely talk a lot about a lot of things, some good, some bad, some more, some less interesting. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think, and be careful. How are you trading? Who are you listening to? But let's have a PS at this video, because I just remembered I wanted to show you this. Look at the liquidation map. So there is today the day is not at the end, and people keep being liquidated, and it's nearly 2 billion there. It's nearly 2 billion liquidation, both in long and shorts, and it's actually more longs this time. So it was a lot of shorts liquidated here, double the shorts here, and here it's even. Let's call it even for now. I think if we are refreshing it, this one was a wild day, and let's go back. So I refreshed it, but it didn't go up. So anyway, the day is not over, and there were a lot of liquidations, and I will also follow the liquidations in the future, and it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be psychological warfare on this one, because people will keep shorting and they will keep being liquidated, I believe, and I really believe that, because that's how the market moves. However, at one point when everyone is going to be sure that we are going up and there is no correction and whatever like that, there will be a correction. So the market follows the money, and the money follows the smart guys, and you know it's a vicious circle. However, I talked too much for now, and I think I've bored you enough. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you want me to talk about something, of course I will try to cover anything I can. If I can cover it, I will gladly do it. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you at the next one.